This is A.D. Roberts. Welcome to Better Is Now, the podcast. I believe we live in a world filled with limitless possibilities, and in this world we are all looking to feel, do, and to be better. From that limitlessness, gentle nudges arise to remind us of our own possibilities. Today's nudge is about to begin right now.
Hey my friends, this is AD, and I'm here to bring you the Better Is Now, the podcast. This is our latest edition, and today we're going to talk about the power of being of service. Yes, the power of being of service. One of the things I want to jump off, if you didn't know, there is definitely power in being of service to people. There is a lot of work to be done here on this planet, and all around, there is a need for something that needs to be done, something that needs to be performed by someone. That something that needs to be done is also linked to someone's purpose. And the fulfillment of that purpose is the ultimate place of self-realization, actualization, happiness, and joy. Many times, I coach people, and their biggest struggle is their happiness and their lack of passion for life and what they do every day, what they do for a living, what they do to make money, what they do when the sun comes up, whether they are going to work, whether they're staying at home and taking care of the family. Whatever that thing is, it doesn't fulfill. And so what I want to talk about today is how you take advantage of being of service. And I'm not just talking about any type of service. I'm talking about something that you're passionate about. Passionate purpose. It's so important for us to discover and tap into what our purpose is. I'm going to say it again. It is absolutely important for us to discover and to tap into what our passionate purpose is. Because when we live a life that is divorced of passionate purpose, that life can drift to the left, it can drift to the right. It has no grounding, it has no sail that would lead us to this place called happiness and fulfillment and joy. And what I've discovered over the years is that because I have found what my purpose is, and my purpose is this right here. My purpose is empowering you. My purpose is raising the vibrational frequency of this planet. And see, here's the thing. When you really know what your purpose is and what you're passionate about, it doesn't take this long diatribe or this long explanation as to what that thing is. It really doesn't take a lot of explanation. It is very simple. For me, it is about the empowerment of people and to raise the vibrational frequency of this planet. And I do that one person at a time, because the lower the vibration, remember, we talk about it all the time, the lower the vibration, the heavier you feel. The lower the vibration, that low vibration is in alignment with things that don't feel so good. It's in alignment with sadness and depression and doubt and worry and anxiety. But the higher the vibration, the happier you are, the more engaged you are with life, the more joyful, the more purposeful. All of those things, those are high vibrational feelings. So if I can help to raise your vibrational feelings, your vibrations today, you will feel a whole lot better. So with that being said, one of the things that we have to do is you have to look at what your passionate purpose is. You have to ask yourself, and I get it all the time. AD, I really don't know what my purpose is. I understand. But you have to find it. How do you find it? I've always instructed folks that, partly it's to go inward. but it's also about what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. If you're passionate about animals, if you're passionate about children, find yourself being of service to, in those areas. So being of service does not mean this is something that you have to do for free either. I want to put those things right out there up front. Being of service, you'll find that the wealthiest people on this planet tend to be of the absolute most service, that they're always engaged, they're always creating something. We can look at, it doesn't matter whether you like them or not. You can look at, Steve Jobs before he left this planet. Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs was a billionaire. What did Steve Jobs do? He created, the devices that we use right now. His company, created the Mac. His company created the iPhones and the iPads and, all of these things that we've been using for so long, and how we engage the world, how we engage each other is through the products that he helped to create. And it is absolutely freaking key. So when you understand that when you can do the thing that you love to do most, when you're passionate about the things, those things, then you can begin to walk in a place where you're absolutely happy, and you attract into your space so much more positivity, so much more joy, and have a greater experience in life, period. So being of service is so key. And I'm going to jump right into where, while being of service, you got to do this. This is really key, especially if you start to live your life in such a way that your service is also your business. When you walk into that place, you have to know your value. You have to know your worth. Because as you give of yourself, as you share with the world, as Elon Musk, began with the PayPal, and then on to now the, Tesla and the rockets and exploring space and all of that stuff. Each step along the way, he provided a service that was for us, for more than just him. The vision that you have for your life most often is not about you. Like the vision that I have for my life is not 100% about me. Now, yes, I'm a part of it, and I'm a beneficiary of the actions that I take every day. But the service that I perform is not just to make me feel good. The service that I perform is about empowering people, so that as we begin to build out this retreat, that's a wonderful thing. That's me being of service. As I do these podcasts, this is me being of service. As I create courses and coach people, that is me being of service. And as I am of service, I create a few things. And as I enter into that place of service, and I know my worth and I know my value, then that creates an opportunity for me to attract back into my space some amazing things. And this is where the power lies with being of service. So the couple of things. Number one, what will happen in your life when you begin to be at a place of purposeful service? Number one, it will shift your reality from negative to positive. You will go from a place of not feeling happy and being disconnected to being connected and being happy. Because what happens when you're connected to purpose, you're connected to source. When you're connected to source, that means you're connected to the thing that fuels you. You're connected to what makes you, what fuels you. And see, it's like our bodies. This is a beautiful example. When your body has different organs in it, and each organ is designed to fit into place and do a certain thing because it has a purpose. Your heart is right here because this is what hearts do. Hearts pump blood. Hearts help to send oxygen throughout your body. Your lungs are here. They breathe in oxygen, and that oxygen, it goes through a process through your lungs, and your lungs send that oxygen into your bloodstream. Your heart then pumps that blood throughout the body, and then you're able to distribute oxygen throughout your whole body and all kinds of nutrients throughout your body just through those two simple organs. But there's some other things in your body. You have a brain, you have a spleen, you have a spine, you have so many aspects of you. But what happens when one of those things is out of place? If I switch the place between my heart and my liver, my heart is out of purpose. And when I'm out of purpose, I'm out of alignment. When I'm out of alignment, then I get sick. And I probably wouldn't be here much longer if these things were out of alignment. But what happens when you are in alignment? When you're walking in passionate purpose and you're being of service out of that passionate purpose? You're doing what you're designed to do. And when you're doing the thing that you're designed to do, all of the things that the universe has for you then becomes miraculously in alignment with you because you fit. The heart fits right here in the center of my chest and has all of the stuff in all of the right places to connect with the rest of my body. So that's the same thing for you. If you're wondering sometimes why life is not going the way you want it to go, it could be quite possibly because you're operating outside of your passionate purpose. When you operate within it, there's alignment. When you operate outside of it, it's disalignment. If you can understand that, man, you really can save yourself a whole lot of effort, time, heartache, aggravation, stress, strife, anxiety, and all of that. Just find that passionate purpose and feel the need, feel that place of service. The next thing, giving. When you give, it opens a vacuum. When you give, it opens up a vacuum. And that which has been given out, it pulls and it and attracts into your space things of like vibration. If you're handing out great things, if you're in service or of service to people, guess what? The world will be of service to you. And that could be, and the service could be an exchange of goods and services. It can be an exchange of your service for money. It can be your service for someone else's service. But what it does is it opens up a vacuum for you to receive into your space. If you're not attracting the prosperity, the wealth, the happiness, and the things that those high vibrational things that you're looking for, if you're not attracting them, there's a great possibility that you are not in alignment. You're not walking in passionate purpose. You're not in the place that you need to be, because where the universe is trying to drop this stuff off, you're not there. And because you're not in the right place, you're not being of service, you're not creating the vacuum. You're not creating the vacuum that will cause this pull from the universe into you, because you're constantly outpouring. When you're constantly outpouring, the universe looks and says, wow, she is outpouring. She is of service. Let me be of service to her. That's the way it works. And that beautiful alignment creates a wonderful life. The next thing is that service blesses others. As I said earlier, when you're creating in a place of purposeful service, that purpose is serving other people. I've always found that when you have a vision for your life, that vision tends to be not just about you. That vision will always include some other people. And the larger the vision, the more people that it encompasses, the more people that it blesses. I know I'm a beneficiary of the genius of a Bill Gates. I know I'm a beneficiary of Steve Jobs, because what I do, the devices that they help to invent and share with the world, we use them right now in this studio, between the computers that we have, the monitors, the iPhones, the Mac computers, all of those things. It's allowing me to have this moment to share with you. So they were of service, and it blessed me. Their dream was so big that not only do I fit within their dream, but you fit within my dream by virtue of the things that I'm able to do just because they created what they created. And that's where you are. The vision that you have seen for yourself, you want to see some alignment, you want to see some happiness, you want to see the universe pour into you, you want to see the world pour into you. Be of service. The more you are of service, the more you'll attract back into your space. The fourth thing is it raises the vibrational frequency around you. And that's simple. Because what? Because you're doing something that you love to do. And remember, I told you, those high vibrational frequencies, they feel good. They make us happy. They make us fulfilled and joyful. Those lower vibrational frequencies, they don't feel so good. When you're acting in purpose and you are of service in that vein, you just feel good. I love when I'm able to sit here and I'm able to talk with you about how great your life can become. I'm excited when I do workshops. I'm excited when I sit down with my clients. I'm excited when I see people tap into their subconscious mind by virtue of hypnosis. I'm excited when people begin to say, hey, AD, I want to learn about meditation. I love to see those things. I really, really do. And as I enjoy that, it raises my feel-good vibes. Only good vibes around here. And so that is a beautiful benefit to being of service. And the last thing that I want to say about being of service, and this is the greatest piece for me, is that it is the highest act of being. It is the highest act of being. That's what I believe. I believe that when you live a life and you're able to say that in a huge way, most of my life is spent doing what I love to do and being in service while being in passionate purpose. That is the highest state of being. It's nothing like a bird that can fly. There's nothing like a fish that can swim. And then conversely, the worst thing for a bird that has wings is to not be able to fly. One of the toughest places in a whole lot of ways for a fish that can't be in water and swim, what happens? It's uncomfortable. It's debilitating. It causes a deep, dark place to be surrounded around them. And if that fish can't swim in water, they may soon die. What we're seeing in our world is people not being able to fly. And they're choosing not to fly because they're sacrificing the power that they have to live in purpose and to be conscious of that purpose. They sacrifice that for comfort that really is temporary. They sacrifice it. They compromise the vision that they've seen for themselves to make a paycheck. They compromise the vision that they've seen for themselves to make other people happy. You have to live your true life and your true self. And as you live your true life and true self, that part of you will always be about some level of service. And I'm not saying that you have to, go out and be Gandhi. I'm not saying that you have to be Mother Teresa. But there is something that is uniquely you and something that is uniquely yours. And as you walk in that which is uniquely yours, you'll begin to see an alignment in your life. And that alignment will open up so many doors and so many pathways. And it will free you from the shackles that mundane life will offer. This mundane reality for many people, the reason why you're upset, the reason why you're short-tempered, the reason why you're wrestling, one of the reasons why you're wrestling with depression is because you're not operating from a place of passionate purpose where this is what you really, really want to do. So your spirit is longing for that thing. Your spirit is longing for it to experience. It is longing to create. It is longing to see the true manifestation of who you really are in this third dimensional reality. That's what your soul is looking for. And until you find that place and until you start operating in it, it's because it's one thing to discover what you're passionate about. It's another thing to have the balls to go after it. To have the unmitigated nerve to literally live your dreams and to live it passionately. And it's going to always be connected to service. I believe that. I really do. Whether, your intention is to be of service, you're always going to have an offering to the world. And the more service you offer to the world, the more the world pours back into you. So I believe the highest place of being is being of purposeful, passionate service. That's it. So what do? Spend some time. I always encourage you to meditate. AD, I don't know how to meditate. Just be quiet. Just sit there. I don't know where to begin. Well, take your time, be kind to yourself, and just sit down and just be quiet. And as the thoughts that come in, there's some that are in alignment with what you've seen for yourself, and then there's some things that won't be in alignment. The things that aren't in alignment with what you want to experience, gently push them away. Meditation is about focus. And you'll always hear me say, where your focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Focus on your passionate purpose, and it'll come to you. You'll know it. A part of you will light up like a Christmas tree. And when you begin to walk in it, that's a whole nother level of excitement. Half the battle is knowing. The rest is being. Part of it is knowing. The rest is being. Being. Be the thing and you shall have power. Do the thing and you shall have power. Doing and being go hand in hand. Because how do you be without do? That's how you know that you're being. Because you're doing. What are you doing? You're doing the thing that you were designed to do. You're doing the thing that makes you happy. You're doing the thing that fills you up. And it raises that vibrational frequency. That's it. So today's topic was powerful because what? The power is in service. There's major power in service. And I want you to begin to live from that place. I want you to begin to operate from that. You want to start something out today, do something to make yourself feel a lot better. Spend some time with yourself and discover what that passionate purpose is and do something along those veins, even if it's just a post on social media. Even if it's a conversation that begins with a friend or a family member talking about what that passionate purpose is. And then it's saying, well, what can I do? What is it that I can do today that I can be of service? What can I do? And then as we enter into the holiday seasons that's coming up this next month, we're really close to November, so we'll be getting into Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then the New Year's. So this is a time where many of us start considering being of service. Be of service, and it will truly, truly impact your life, and it will impact somebody else's life. So My friends, this has been A.D. Roberts with the Better Is Now podcast. This is my purpose. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. I'm excited for the change and shift in your life, and I look forward to talking with you next time.
This is A.D. Roberts, and you have been listening to Better Is Now, the podcast. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for awesome programs and inspiring publications. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our very own Anchor. See you next time.